brought to you by Geritol, the high-potency vitamin-iron-rich tonic in liquid or tablets to help you feel stronger. And now, let's all play What's My Line?
And now, live from New York, let's meet our What's My Line panel. First, the bright young star of musical comedy, Miss Phyllis Newman.
Thank you. And on my left, a gentleman who will open up Thursday night on Broadway in Irwin Shaw's new play, Children from Their Games. Everyone says he's going to be a smash. He always is. Martin Gabel.
Thank you, Phyllis. And on my left, a lady who's opening on April 22nd on Broadway in the established hit Chin Chin, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now a gentleman who isn't opening in anything, really. However, he will be publishing Irwin Shaw's Children from Their Games, since he publishes all of Irwin Shaw. Our Random House publisher, Bennett, Cerf.
Nice to have you back, Arlene. You sure you're over that chicken pox?
Don't worry about a thing.
Here's our intrepid and seldom silent panel moderator, John Charles Daly.
Well, I must say, and I'm sure you all agree with me, that it's nice to have Miss Chickenpox of 1963 back with us.
Chopped chicken leg.
I'm sorry Dorothy's not going to be with us for a little while, but we hope that she is at least giving us a half hour tonight to be our one critic this week rather than having the two of you to be our critics. Martin, it's nice to have you with us, and needless to say, Miss Phyllis,
Thank you, John.
you're trying a new seat tonight, and I wish you all kinds of luck out there.
It's strange out there in left field. I felt peculiar out there last Sunday night.
Bennett was out there last week, you know, for the first time in the more than 13 years we've been at this, and they say he's been talking to himself all week.
Did he get a hit in left field?
He got a hit. Yes, he got several hits from left field, and I hope you all get some hits tonight. We have some very interesting occupations. We will also have a famous mystery guest before my friends on the panel a little bit later in the program, and we'll meet our first challenger after. And now to meet our first contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Donna Kane, right? Is it Miss or Mrs. Kane?
Smith.
Miss Kane, where are you from?
I'm from San Diego.
San Diego, California. Nice to have a Californian with us. May I present our panel? And now, will you join me over here? You know how we keep score?
I do.
Fine, then we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we can tell you that Miss Kane is salaried and deals in a service, and I think we'll put to work, first of all, Martin Gabel.
Thank you, John. Miss Kane, San Diego is a port where a great many of the great ships of the United States Navy have put in. Have you anything to do with the Navy?
No, I don't.
That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Fred.
I think it was rather a personal question. Miss Kane certainly looks able, I think, is probably the next thing. Is your service something that gives people pleasure?
Yes, I think so.
Is it a service that you have out of doors? You perform out of doors?
Yes.
Might you perform it on or near the water?
Let me say here, before you answer that question, I think it's fair to say, Arlene, that it's a service that does keep Miss Kane outdoors. At the same time, it doesn't rule out that some of the service might not be performed in an enclosure. It would be a sort of moving in and out operation, I would say.
Well, is that going to strike my next question?
No, I just thought you might like to recast the question on the basis of that qualification of the previous answer, which qualification, needless to say, has now been entered into the record and therefore applies to any questions that might come at me.
Well, that's jolly good. Now then, Miss Kane, would you wear something other than what you would wear, for example, on this television show when you are performing your services?
Yes, I do.
Would it be something that would immediately bring to mind what your occupation is were we to see you in this costume?
Sound like John, Arlene.
It's contagious.
I don't think so, no.
No, I would agree. I don't think it is a uniform or costume that would identify specifically. Mr. Cerf?
Miss Kane, San Diego, besides reminding people of the Navy, reminds people of transportation, aviation, Dr. Seuss. Have you anything whatever to do with either food, drink, or transportation?
No, I don't.
Rule out all three.
That makes it 3 down and 7 to go. Miss Newman.
Miss Kane, if I wanted to use your service, people laugh though. Would I have to come to you?
Yes, you would.
I would. If I came to you, would you be... Do a lot of other people do what you do? Nobody else does what she does. Before you flip that.
No, but the way you posed the question was, do a lot of other people do what you do? And because you said a lot of other people, that makes it 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Phyllis.
Kane, to return to your costume, is it something as general as, say, a bathing suit?
Is it as general as a bathing suit, specifically in that particular area, having some relationship to water?
John, I have learned to make my questions general enough to form an umbrella which would encompass...
Well, that's what I was concerned about.
I leave it to your conscience, John.
Well, my conscience is struck. No, I would say that if your intention was to ask, is it a costume of such a general character and nature as a bathing suit, we might agree that the costume that is worn, while not necessarily a bathing suit, is of a very general character.
Does it have a skirt?
No.
No, that's 5 down and 5 to go. Miss Francis.
May I hope, for the benefit of all of us, then, that it has trousers?
Yes, it does.
They're longer rather than short, are they?
Yes.
Are they a coverall kind of trouser, a protection of some sort?
Yes.
Yes.
Is what you do athletic in any way?
No, I don't think so. 6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Miss Kane, I don't believe we've asked yet whether the service that you perform is for a profit-making organization or not. Is it?
No.
That's 7 down and 3 to go. Nice question, Bennett. Miss
For a
Newman?
profit-making organization, can both men and women use your service?
Yes.
They can. Now, I want to get back to coming to you for your service. If I came to you for your service, would you in any way touch me or give me something?
No, I don't think so. 8 down and 2 to go, Mr. Gabel.
Is the non-profit making... Do you work for a non-profit making organization?
Yes.
Is it either state, local, or federal government that you work for?
No, we have to say no there. By the same token, giving you the no, I will suggest to you that it's possible that you might just assume that the employer here might be an element of government, but it doesn't happen to be. Miss Francis.
It doesn't happen to be Miss Francis. The service. You say that it would give some pleasure, this service, you think?
We'd hope so.
Yes.
In other words, the end result of the successful performance of duty here, we would suggest would give to the average person who came to benefit from the service given pleasure.
You're wild tonight.
May I rule out the fact that you have any title of any kind?
May you rule out the fact you speak here of a specific title, such as
You mean like the
Dr.
Duchess of San Diego or something?
Duchess of San Diego. Yes, you could rule that out.
I can rule that out. You have nothing to do with the delivery of mail.
No.
And nothing to do with something such as dog catcher. Nothing to do with anything
That's right.
like
Yes, we have nothing
Yes,
to
you
do
have
with
nothing
that.
to do with that.
No.
Would your service be for both men and women?
Yes.
Would children be involved at all in your service?
Yes.
Is there anything educational in your work? Do you
Yes.
teach anything? instruct in
No,
any
that's
way.
fine. No, we
Could I
don't
take
teach
one
anything.
more crack?
Yes, take one shot,
Anything-
man.
We haven't had anything about doctors or dentists. You work
She has
with
no
doctors?
title.
A guy.
But she could work with them. No?
Worked for Archie Moore as a trainer.
Now, what is San Diego very famous for besides fleets and transportation? It is famous for its zoo, the San Diego Zoo.
San Diego Zoo.
Right.
I've been in it. You take care of one of those monkeys?
Takes care of all the baby
They're
apes.
the dearest
Then the-
things I ever
John,
Actually,
we
Miss Kane takes-
we publish a book about that San Diego Zoo.
About the
Isn't
San
that
Diego. That's why I
terrible?
thought you might get it. A baby chimpanzee, a baby gorilla, a baby orangutan are all the special charges of Miss Kane.
Yes.
She
One of the
watches
great-
them,
I
feeds
did a
them.
whole film in the San Diego Zoo with one of those little baby, with a baby bonnet on, and he bit me. It was just heaven.
Did you have the bonnet on, or did the baby gorilla have the bonnet on?
Did I meet you when Dr. Seuss took my wife and me through the San Diego Zoo? We met all the orangutans, but I don't remember meeting you.
She's not an orangutan. You can see that.
It's a wonderful zoo. I think the San
great
Diego
zoo.
Zoo is one of the
Actually,
great zoos of the world.
You remember Paul White, who established CBS News, was the
Yes.
great pioneer of electronic news. I think is memorialized in the San Diego Zoo. So you have a lot of great company to work in. And thank you for puzzling our panel down. It was nice to have you in. You know, as a footnote, during the newspaper strike, Herb Klein, who was the editor of the San Diego Union, used to send me a paper every day. That's how I kept up with what was going on. Well, you've been puzzled. Let's see if we can puzzle you again. Let's meet our next contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Tom Hawkins, right, sir? Mr. Hawkins, where are you from?
Chicago.
Chicago. Well, that's fine. May I introduce our panel, Mr. Hawkins? Would you join me over here? Miss Hawkins, you know how we keep score? Good, then we'll let the audience, the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we can tell you that Mr. Hawkins is salaried and deals in a product. And let's begin the general questioning with Miss Phyllis.
Thank you. I hope I ask this right. Am I right in assuming that the gum that you're chewing has nothing to do with your product?
Wait a minute. Let me have a small question.
No.
I'm humiliated.
No, I have to. You said the product you are chewing has nothing. The gum you are chewing has nothing to do with your product. On that basis,
I tried to word it right,
well, it was a beautifully worded question.
but I'm wrong.
Beautiful, but you're wrong. You will
Thank you.
discover why. Mr. Gabel.
John, knowing the care that you put into your syntax, I'll have to ask the question in reverse. Is the gum that you're chewing something that has something to do with your product?
Yes.
Well, then, to go from the general to the particular, have you anything to do with chewing gum?
No.
Very good, Martin. Let's do down a basic of expression.
Why do you have nothing to do with chewing gum? Do you have anything to do with any of the properties that are in or around chewing gum?
Yes.
Yes.
Like teeth.
Is it a product, therefore, that can be purchased in a store?
Yes.
Is it a product that can be purchased in a grocery store?
Yes.
Have you a problem with your throat, Mr. Harkins? Oh, no, that's not a question. The thing, I thought maybe you had a sore throat. I was going to be sympathetic. That's
Too much gum.
too much gum. Is it one of the component parts of gum?
Yes, it is.
It is a component part of chewing gum as you would purchase it, you know.
As
in the
you would
package.
purchase it. Therefore, You are not trying to get me to say that it is the wrapper on the chewing gum
Oh, no,
that Mr.
no.
Hawkins has anything
not a
to
bit.
do with. You wouldn't want me to say that, would
No.
you, John?
Mm-mm.
Is it in any way a wrapper, the package that the chewing gum comes in?
No, it isn't.
That's very good, Arlene. That's 3 down and 7 to go, Mr.
Level
Cerf.
with me, John.
Mr. Hawkins, have you anything to do with the flavor of the gum? Does the product that you deal in help flavor the gum in any way?
Yes, it does.
Would it be a special kind of flavor, a certain kind of gum that you would specialize in? Like
No.
spearmint or mint
No.
or licorice?
No. 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Newman.
I have an idea. It's this thing that you have, this product. Now, is it something that has to do with a kind of gum that is non-fattening?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr.
It's a
Gabel.
pretty rotten idea.
Do you spin or sort of manufacture the flavoring for chewing gum?
No, sir.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Is it by any chance the sweetener in chewing gum, the sugar that is used in chewing gum? You're a sugar daddy.
He's a sugar daddy. Now, actually, Miss Arlene, just for fun, see if you can guess specifically what it is that Mr. Harkins has to do with sugar. What?
Oh, well, he dusts the gum so that it doesn't stick.
7 down and 3 to go.
Sugar.
The sugar is applied after the gum is manufactured and is on the outside of the gum.
That's
That's
what I meant.
8 down and 2 to go,
You
Miss Newman.
pour it into the vat.
That's 9 down and 1 to go, Mr. Gabel.
Pour it on the gum.
He sells sugar. That's absolutely right, Mark. No, you were making that one as tough as you possibly could. Actually, Mr. Harkins is with a big firm, S.H. Green and Company.
Frankie Green.
Frankie Green and Company, and they buy masses of sugar and then sell masses of sugar all over the place.
But not just for gum.
Not just for gum.
Not just for gum.
Oh, you misled
You got
us,
on the
didn't
gum
you?
I
train.
didn't mislead you at
No,
all.
as a matter of
The
fact, you
issue
got us
was
on
it
the
had
track.
anything to do with the product, the gum he was chewing, and I had to say yes. Then you took it from there and got into
Yeah,
gum.
quite right.
Get
Isolated.
more devious every Sunday night.
Oh, I bet it. That's the nicest thing you've said about me in a long time. Thank you very much, sir, for being our guest tonight. We'll meet our mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a word from our sponsor. We come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery guest, for which my friends on the panel are blindfolded. As you know, are those blindfolds in place, panel?
Yes, John.
Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, a different form of questioning, one question at a time, in turn moving clockwise. And let's begin with Bennett Cerf.
Are you a denizen of the entertainment world?
Wait a minute, we talk.
Can't hear a word you say.
What?
Yes,
Ms. Newman?
Do you ever sing?
yes,
Mr. Gabel?
Are you now appearing on Broadway?
yes.
Miss Francis?
There is a great deal of talk in the newspapers about the Academy Awards. Would you be a nominee or in any of the categories for an Academy Award?
Yes,
Mr. Cerf?
Is the picture that you are up for still playing in one of the big Broadway picture theaters?
no.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Newman.
Are you, if you're a lady, I think I know who you are. Are you a lady?
Yes, indeed.
Can I take a guess?
Yes, you may.
Are you Anne Bancroft?
Yes, you are.
That's where I got to the movies, and I
Miss Anne Bancroft.
I'd like to say I'd like to say, John, she's not only a lady, but she's Mother Courage.
She's Mother Courage. Now, that's to explain that, Miss Bancroft is starring on Broadway now in Mother Courage, and I've not had the opportunity to see it, but from what I've read, you have achieved very much the same triumph that you did in The Miracle Worker on the stage, which I saw 3 times. I'm very frank to say so. And Miss Bancroft is one of the nominees for the Best Actress in the Oscar proceedings, the Academy Awards, tomorrow night for her performance in the movie of The Miracle Worker. And you have 2 votes, and my daughter and I have been voting for you all week, so that we certainly hope you make it, Miss Bancroft.
I'd like to say, John, that one of my claims to fame is that Miss Bancroft and I are co-graduates of the American Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Yes. We also did a show together.
We also did so.
Yeah. You were the devil. Do you remember? You played the devil.
He was the devil.
Yes.
He hasn't changed a bit, we want you to know, Anne.
My wife is all with you, see?
I think we also should mention, too, for the Seesaw, which made Miss Bancroft a big star on Broadway and was one of the most beguiling performances, I think, we've ever
Made you a
seen.
fan of mine, right?
Made me a fan of yours. It did indeed.
Well, and we now owe you a debt for giving us a piece of a Sunday night. And thanks very much for being our guest, Miss Anne. Well, all in all, you've done fairly well so far tonight, panel, and we'll have another contestant after this word from our alternate sponsor. Now, a final contestant. Will you enter and sign in, please? Pat Atwood, right?
Is it Miss or Mrs. Atwood?
Miss.
Miss Atwood, and where are you from, Miss Atwood?
Metuchen, New Jersey.
Metuchen, New Jersey. May I present our panel, Miss Atwood? Now, would you join me over here, please? You know how we keep score?
Yes, sir.
Fine, then we'll let the audience in the theater and the audience at home know exactly what your line is.
Now, panel, we are very packed for time, and I'm going to do something we don't normally do, tell you that this is going to surprise you. We can tell you only now, of course, that Miss Atwood is salaried and deals in a service, and let's begin the questioning with Arlene Francis.
Oh, I didn't know what you were going to tell
When
us.
I suggested the occupation is going to surprise you, if you get it.
Oh, deals in a service. Is it a service used by men and women?
Yes.
Is it a very useful service?
Yes.
Do people come to you for your service?
Yes.
Do you ever touch the people that come to you?
Yes.
It would be casual, however.
Oh, I certainly hope so, John. Do you work indoors?
Yes.
Is there anything particularly pleasurable about your service?
To me, there is.
Are there other people employed in the same kind of work that you are employed? Indoors?
Yes.
Yes. Does money change hands between you and the people that give you...
No.
No, and specifically here, it is not so, but it would not be strange in performing this same service under other circumstances if money did change hands. Mr. Cerf.
Atwood, do you have anything to do with law enforcement or crime detection?
No, sir.
2 down, a date to go, Miss Newman.
Miss Atwood, do you have anything to do with food or drink?
Yes, ma'am.
You do. Do you work in a place that sells food or drink?
Yes.
If I came to you, would you either serve me or be a go-between between the food and the drink and myself?
Yes.
Then would you serve me?
Yes.
Do you work more with drink than with food?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
That makes it 3 down and 7 to go. Martin, we're running out of time. You want to take a shot at it?
I want to take a shot.
Arlene wants to take a shot.
Take a shot, Arlene.
I think she's a Playboy bunny.
No, that's 1 out of 6 to go. Mr. Cerf?
Do you ever serve people who are sitting in automobiles when they eat?
No.
How about
Dinomat.
the Garden State Supermarket in, is it Ford's, New Jersey?
Ford.
In Fort, New Jersey, and the prettiest butcher you ever saw in your life. Not only that, Miss Pat is an apprentice in Local 464, the Butchers.
That's right.
Union, and Lucky Butchers Union. Thank you, Miss Pat. Nice to have you with us on What's My Line. afraid I've used up all our time. Good night, Dorothy, and with the permission of the panel, thank you all for being with us on What's My Line?
What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill